Hello, everyone, and welcome to Marked by God. This video is going to be directed towards Dragnet. It's come to my attention that Shani for Christ gave this house to Dragnet. I want to say this again, that Shani for Christ is giving this house to Dragnet. Um, that's really interesting because based on what Shani for Christ said in her previous videos, and how Dragnet is responding in his videos that he has now. And what I understand that he said in Dragnet in Discord, they have basically incriminated themselves. Their entire plan from day one was to get me to fix this place for free. Their belief is that I don't have a lawyer, so they're free to say whatever they want online regarding all of this and whatnot. Let me tell you why that's a big mistake. Across the street from here is a police officer. He's a detective. Okay, right next his wife. His wife works for the city, and the neighbor next door doesn't like Shani anymore. Okay, so again, for those of you who don't know, Shani for Christ is giving this house to Dragnet. That was her plan all along. I'm talking about all the way back in August. It was her plan all the way back, everything for them for free. And now she believes that she's not going to pay me. Shani, I want to talk to you about some laws and about some things that you're not really aware of that perhaps you didn't do any research about. While I can't take you to court right now because I can't afford a lawyer to sue you for the work for the monies that you owe me for work, I can, however, put a lien on the house. If I put a lien on the house, you can't sell it to nobody. And if you do give it to somebody, they can't sell it unless they first finish dealing with me with the lien that I'm going to put on this house. That's one way I can go about doing it. The other way I can do about it is this. I need one of you guys out there who watched that Discord where Dragnet openly admitted that this was a plan from day one. If somebody recorded that, if you can get me the audio with him actually saying that, I can literally go to the police right now and I won't ever have to leave this house because Shani's done. She's going in jail. That's fraud. That's tax evasion. That's a lot of different things. That's serious business. Like just in the mail today, they just got their mail today to pay their taxes. I literally have it downstairs. I can show you right now. As a matter of fact, I can go get it right now and I'll show all of you. So just give me a second here and I'll prove it to you because, you know, these are, like I said, we're dealing with some of the dumbest YouTubers in the history of the world. Give me a second here. Every year, property taxes has to be paid on this house. Every year, these property taxes have to be paid. Okay, in my hand, I have an envelope that I want to show you guys. This is one of a million proof. I'm going to show you just how corroded these people really are at the end of the day. So just give me a second here. I got to cover the name on here because it would be dock dropping if I don't do that. But I'll tell you what. This is the envelope here. I'll show you the top of it. Just give me a second here. And I know that this is for them to pay the property taxes. Covering the name on it because I don't want you guys to see, even though his name obviously on YouTube. I don't do that crap, that garbage that they do. But this is the information that they need to pay their taxes. And Shani for Christ. Not to mention, when you do that to other contractors ain't going to want to work here. I've already told most of the contractors around here what kind of person you are and how you try to get people to work for free. When I go to the city on Monday with my receipts and I put this lien on this house, you're going to fully understand the severity of the trouble you're going to be in. And since Dragnet orchestrated all of this, he's in more trouble than you are. So I just want to make sure that people understand what's getting ready to happen. Okay? If somebody can get me the audio, and I know somebody downloaded it, and someone can prove to me or is willing to testify that Dragnet said that this was the plan from day one, Dragnet can end up in jail, guys. This is serious. Very serious. And all the MPs on planet Earth ain't going to be able to help him on this one. I'm still getting out of here. And I know some people are telling me to burn furniture for heat, you know, to be spiteful and burn. I'm not going to do that. Because there's no furniture here to burn. There's nothing that was here when I got here is still here. Everything that's here is irrelevant or it doesn't work or whatever. And when they do come, I'm going to finish doing the job that I was told doing, to throw everything in the garbage. So I already had a couple of months ago, we had a dumpster come here. She knew all about it. So the message is on her phone. You know what I mean? Everything I threw away, I threw out a little bit. You guys don't know this, but when I first came here, she told me in advance that there was 2 guns in this house. Okay, and I'm glad Shanny was the first one to bring it up. Okay, make sure I downloaded that video, didn't I? But now, here's the funny thing about this. She told me to get rid of them. It's a good thing I didn't listen to her, because there's only one of them in here, and that would be the, what is that thing in here? Is a what kind of gun is that thing? I think it's an assault rifle or whatever is downstairs and everything and whatnot. So again, that dummy got on YouTube and told everybody what's in here and whatnot. But when I leave again, I'm gonna call the sheriff department and the police department and tell them to come here and hopefully this will be as early as Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to have them. By the way, if you guys want to know how I'm talking to you, you got a little light I'm holding up right here. Battery power. So that's serious business to tell somebody to get rid of a gun. And I have text messages with them telling me to do this. So yeah, Shanny, if you think you're getting over on this one, you think this is over, you're crazy. This is what I recommend you do, Shanny. I recommend you come clean and get your name clean before I start coming after you guys legally. Okay? Granted, you thought and you told everybody on YouTube that I'm trying to steal this man's house. No, I wouldn't even be in this house if you didn't make a YouTube video saying that you was giving me a house. Let's get that straight. And then number 2, after you got me to do all this work in here for free, do you honestly believe that when I leave this place, that either you or Dragnet, listen to me, Shanny, these bills go anywhere between 18 and 40 grand that you owe me and other contractors. It ain't just me. The work that I did is a lot less. My work is more like about between 7,000 and 8,000. You know what I mean? These contractors that you're going to have to pay, and they're going to be all over whoever comes to this house. Mark my words. That's what's going to happen. You're either going to have to settle with dealing with me with this, or you're going to jail. Because that's illegal. You don't have people working for you and then don't pay them. That's illegal. And I don't care how much money you got. I know you're broke, Shanny. You don't got any money because you was crying the other day that you didn't have $200 to buy weed. Weed! While claiming that you're a Christian online. And your big response to me is, I'm going to do back to roots. I'm going to read from Genesis. Do you understand that you have to actually apply what you're actually reading? Love your neighbor the way you love yourself. Love your enemies. Okay? And you're supposed to pray for people who supposedly use you and everything, Shannon, even though that's not what I was doing. Okay? But love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. But lately, all I see you, that's all I see you doing. I see you actually believing that the Dragoons care about you. They don't care about you. And you're going to find out the hard way. Remember, you can't call me no more to help you. This ain't going to happen. And now that I know Drag is going to be here, I know where he lives now. So every YouTube video he makes, he needs to be careful because I can send the police to him now, especially when he's harassing me. Dragnet's not getting in this house. Dragnet's not going to even come to this house. He better never come here while I'm still here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call the Scranton Police Department, and I'm going to report you guys for tax fraud and for tax evasion. I'm not playing around with this. If I get my hands on that Discord recording, Shanny, you had better come clean and you had better be humble about it, and you better do it as fast as possible. You can sit there and say it's not tax fraud all you want. You need to go do some research. It's also tax evasion in the sense that you paid me to do a reporting. Hey, that's coming here already. So you did something, but you didn't. All right? I have your tax papers right here in front of my face. These are your tax papers. They'll be sitting right there on the radiator when you first come in here. But Shanny, I want to know something here, Shanny. Are you aware that all of Revelation News information is here and you're about to send Dragnet here? I want you to think about that, Shanny. Are you aware that all of Revelation News' family history, everything is here, and you're about to send a Dragoon here? Like, do you understand how much respect I have lost for you in the sense that you are claiming to be this college-educated person? You are turning out to be pretty stupid, Shanny. You're about to give him a smoking gun to destroy you. Okay? I'm not talking about no physical gun. I'm talking about you're about to give, because he ain't gonna find nothing here on me. I'm gonna make sure there ain't so much of a piece of paper with a phone number on here for me in here. I'm gonna make sure of that. You, however, Shanny, all of Revelation News, and Revelation News will leave you and will dump you, Shanny, if he starts attacking you with that information. You had better think long, good, and hard about what you're going to do. You think you're spiting me by doing that? No, you're not. You're actually criminalizing yourself right now because what you're doing is illegal. Again, I believe is tax evasion and it's fraud. And if somebody can get me that audio, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the police department. I'm going to show them what he said. And yeah, even a public defender can win that case, especially when it's a confession out of your own mouth. So this is serious business. Like, this is worse than dock dropping. This is worse than calling the job to get people fired. This is worse than all of this. This is straight up illegal. You can go to jail for this kind of stuff. This is white collar crimes you're committing right now. See, what Dragnet doesn't understand is that when I got here, in the front of the house, there was a certificate in the front of the house, and it said that the house was going to be condemned because the ACs was on for 4 months and nobody had cut them off for 4 months. I can prove that without. I can literally go to G Plus right now. I can literally go to G Plus right now and literally show everybody that on G Plus. Then I got a neighbor over there that's willing to testify that Shanny told them to tell me to come in here or whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? But again, her whole, if it shoot at her whole plan, if it shoot at her whole entire plan was to get me to do the work for free so that Drag can live here. Like I said, Drag is about to learn about a lot of laws about contractors. He's about to learn the rule of thumb, which you never do to a contractor, because when he comes here, he doesn't even know this. I didn't repair everything. In the basement, one of the pipes is already busted. Sir, 10 grand. 10 grand, unless you know how to do it yourself. Then there's the issue with the when this dummy cut the electricity off. Now that furnace is going to have all this soot in it. You're going to be spending about $2,000 to get that cleaned out. Never mind, Shanny never told you the condition of this house regarding the windows. I never fixed those at all. Never had time to do it. Not to mention the foundation is sinking into the ground. There's a lot of things you don't know, Drag, but you're in for the shock of your life when you come out here. Especially when you first come out here and everybody want to know your name, where you're from, what your social is. Are you a YouTube? Believe me. Right across the street, that cop is gonna he's gonna question you hard when you first get here. And I'm gonna make sure he knows who you are, sir, when you get here. I'm gonna make sure of it. I'm gonna make sure everybody on this block know who you are before you get here. All right? Not to mention you can expect a visit from me in person when you come here. So I'm just letting you know. As long as you're out there in Texas, that's kind of far, and I can't get out there and whatnot. You know, not without the aid of other people helping me, but give me a second here, guys. I gotta blow my hands. My hands cold. Dragon's not selling rugs out of here or nothing like that. But there's a lot of interesting statistics about out here and whatnot. There's only about 8% of African Americans out here in Scranton. Most of the people that's out here are really doing well for themselves. And a lot of these people out here, like, for example, the mayor is being investigated by the FBI. The county clerk office is being investigated by the FBI. There's a lot of crooked stuff going on out here right now. I'm happy I'm going back to Jersey. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on here. And like I said, Dragnet better come out here with some money. Or maybe he'll get a loan from the bank or whatever and put himself in debt or whatever he's going to do. But some of that money he's going to get from the bank before he can do anything is going in my pocket. Because whoever gets this house, like I said, there's going to be a lien on it. So, not to mention. So, a long time community said that I saved, and it was illegal. I should be in jail. Yada yada yada. What do you guys think I'm going to start saying about your favorite little atheist over there now? Besides the fact that he's not an atheist, he's really an anti-theist and a misotheist. Besides the fact that he's a pretender and he knows full well that God exists. Besides the fact that he's a man with a reputation who teases his own handicapped brother on the internet, a man who's openly admitted that he's not a good person, he's not a moral person, right? So you had no proof that I stole a safe, but I got proof that Dragnut stole a house and took advantage of two mentally ill people. I got proof for that ever again. But I'd like to take you guys a little bit of a tour of this house. I want to show you guys a few things. In case you guys think I'm lying. I think a lot of you might find this interesting. Now, since in order for me to get evicted, I actually have to have somebody have to come here and actually hand me papers. So calling the police ain't nothing but harassment. We already got her for 4 times for doing that. But I'm going to show you guys the pipe that I'm talking about. So just give me a second here. Give me a sec. I want to show you guys the pipe that I'm talking about. Because I had to cut the water off. The water is no longer on in here, and I'm going to prove it to you. Look. I had to get the water cut off. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's the brand new sinky thing I put here that I may take with me. Shanny didn't pay for it. It's mine. I take it with me. I'm going in the basement here now, guys. I want to show you something here. The day to cut the water off, this is where the leak happened, right here. Right in there. That whole thing needs to be replaced. All this here. All right. That's not the only place. Let me show you something here, too, because the pipes froze. There's no light down here, guys, so I can't show you. There's a part of this that's busted, too, because of the frozen pipes. But it gets better, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not the only place. Hold on a minute. Let me show you something over here. Oh, man. And this video is not coming down, by the way. Shanny can threaten me till she blew in the face. I'm not taking it down. I'm not doing nothing wrong. This right here has a hole in it too. That's what happens when your place has no heat and the pipes has no heating. And it costs money to replace these pipes. You know what I mean? And you have to get a permit before you can fix any of these things. So, which is what I was gonna have to do before I fix any of those things, right? Permit I got is for outside, not inside. I know what I can do and what I can't do because this is my profession. Let me see something here. I ain't gonna tell all that. I'll let them be surprised with that. Because there's really nothing in here. Everything in here is mine, pretty much. So, you're right, Pamela. The point of this is this, Pamela. It has come to my attention that Dragnut orchestrated this from the very beginning because he wanted me to fix the house for free. There are people that are telling me on Discord, Dragnut called Shanny and made her pretend that going to give me this house and that they wanted the work here done for free, and that was the plan from the beginning. So if that's true, then, you know, again, that's I don't know if it's exactly tax evasion, but that's fraud. They can go to jail for that. So, not to mention that Dragnut's going to be living here. I officially know his address now. So, first of all, I did, Pamela. I did. There's a Discord that he did that people are saying that he said this stuff live. If you watch this from the beginning, Pamela, you'll understand what I'm saying. That apparently somebody watched the Discord today where he openly said that the whole plan in the beginning was to get me to do free work so he can get this house. Now, like I said, I don't really care if he gets this house. You know what I mean? I really don't care because it was never about this to begin with. Shanny made a video offering it to me. She had, legally speaking, she has every right to change her mind. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is how are you going to have somebody work and not pay them? I want you to think about this a minute. Dragnut's an African American, guys. I want you guys to think about this a minute now. I want you to think about how pathetic the person is. Dragnut's an African American. Here, real quick. Dragnut's an African American who supports rich people using African Americans. I want you to think about that a minute. Forget atheism. You know how that makes him look as a person? Wow, my battery's dying finally. Oh, I know why it looks like this now because my light. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, there we go. At least I think that's what the heck is going on with this. Yeah, so if this is true and I can prove this in court, that's fraud. And again, I'm not interested in this house. Like I said, on Monday, when I get my answer for the background check that they're doing, that's going to determine how long I'm in this house. Oh, boy. It's Florian generator right now to charge this battery. So it's very serious business. And again, the reason why they're being so bold about this is because they believe that I can't get legal representation. Shanny's in for a surprise in a couple of days. That's all I know. She's in for a big surprise in a couple of days. Because once she sees that I'm not playing, we'll see how funny she thinks this is. How funny. I predict in a month or two I'm going to get my money from her. That's what I predict. Okay. And by the way, whoever gave me this. I'm going to get out of here tonight. No, it doesn't take one day. Over here, it takes longer than that. Everything here is on the 15th and on the 1st. I found the apartment. They have to do a background search, and I'm not going to know anything until Monday or Tuesday. And you might be, but then again, you might be talking about the first apartment that I found. It was an apartment that was in Pennsylvania that I was going to move into. And that one didn't work out. You know what I mean? First of all, the rent was supposed to be $700 a month. And then they turned around and said that the apartment was going to be $860. And then they went online and said it was $900. So they kept changing it. New Jersey is very cheap. It's very affordable. They understand my situation and what just happened to me and everything and whatnot. More people that believe that Shanny is going to jail at some point if I can ever get some legal representation. You know what I mean? And I've been referred to some free lawyers. There's some lawyers out there that sue people that work for free until they win the case. So I'm looking into them right now, where you can get one of them lawyers that will take your case for free, and when you win, they take like 70%. With the Connor Group? Okay, who's the Connor Group? Well, I got an open and closed case. A lot of you don't know this, but I have text messages with her telling me to get rid of guns. I have text messages of her telling me that I have everything that I need in the house to be able to sell and do things and whatnot. Her giving me permission to come in here and everything and whatnot. Like I said, all that baloney and malarkey that she's telling people on YouTube is a bunch of baloney. Again, the biggest incriminating thing is going to be on her is the fact that I did this roof and I got that permit. The woman doesn't know what she's talking about. She was on the phone with the city when she gave me power of attorney. This woman is beyond stupid, and I'm going to prove it later. So, again, Shanny needs to come clean and get her name clean and get away from drag. Because if I find out that she is the one who orchestrated this from day one, she's going to jail. I'm going to leave Dragnet alone, and she is going to jail. Somebody is going to pay me for the work that I did in this house. She's talking about trying to commit extortion. Woman, do you know how much first of all, do you have any concept of how much it costs to repair a roof? Obviously you do. That's why you came up with this plan to get me to work for free while claiming to be a child of God. Well, here's the thing, Schneider. You're wrong about the YouTube. Care about is what you've actually said with your mouth and what you have written and what you have in written form. And I got text messages, both from Dragnet with him threatening me, and messages from Shanny with her threatening me and giving me permission to do certain things. Oh, trust me, I have what I need. What I need is a lawyer. Don't get it twisted. You keep telling yourself no judge care about this stuff and whatnot. Yes, they do. That's why Shanny paid so much money to Brett Keane and some of these other people to try to lie for her to make her look a certain kind of way online, not knowing that I'm downloading all the videos that she's making. She could download my whole channel for all I care. There ain't nothing on my YouTube channel that's going to contradict anything that I'm saying right now. Nothing. Internet drama is not destroying my life. This is not drama that's destroying my life. At this point right now, it's destroying their life. And if Shanny keeps it up, I'm going to own everything she has. And the funny thing is, she doesn't have anything. And everybody on YouTube knows it. Everybody. Yeah, that's what you think, Lord Vader. Lord Vader says a lawyer wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You do realize, hold on, he says, you do realize that these live streams and videos do nothing but chip away at any case you did have. No, they don't. No, they don't. Because I'm just telling people what's going on here. That's it. I haven't really told you guys anything yet. I'm gonna wait till I get my laptop and I can screenshot it all. All I know is that Jenny for some reason believes that she can tell a contractor. And I'm not talking about myself here, guys. I'm talking about general contractors and subcontractors. Your phone number really soon. Okay? It is illegal to have people fix your home and for you not to pay them. And since you are the homeowner, whether it's you or Rev, because let me tell you about these judges, Shanny, and this is why you didn't want to go to court. They're not going to want to talk to you if you're not the homeowner. They're going to want to talk to Rev. How long do you think that's going to last? They're not going to care about his condition. They're going to want their monies that is owed to them. We're still going to court, Shanny, and you're going to lose. This is not even going to be close. This ain't about this house. You always thought it was about this house. It's not about this house, man. Now at this point, it's the point that you owe me, you owe these other construction companies, and these subcontractors, and the people that came here and worked on credit. You only owe me about anywhere between $4,000 and $7,000 for material and labor. Internet connection here. It's going to keep doing it. So let me wrap this up. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to go to the city and I'm going to let them know what these two is doing. Particularly Revelation News, because he's the owner of this house at the end of the day. Shanny don't got no say-so in this whatsoever. I'm going to have to do something about Revelation News and this whole Dragnet situation and show them these issues on how they're doing this for spite. But more importantly than that, on how they think they're not going to pay me. So that's what's actually going to happen. I'm going to talk about forgiveness a little bit later when I got a decent internet connection. I'll do a Bible study on that because I plan on. I already forgave Shanny. Shanny is being played and used because Shanny isn't right in her head. So, and Dragnut knows this. Dragnut knows this. He knows precisely what he's doing. That's why I want to meet him in person. That's why I want to meet him in person. Because Dragnut doesn't have the guts to say any of the things that he says about me on YouTube to my face. I met Dragnut in person, guys, in case you guys forgot about that. Dragnut is a coward. Okay? He should walk around with a dress. The man's a horrible atheist, a horrible debater. He doesn't know nothing about science. He's terrible in the topic of biology. He doesn't know nothing about chemistry. This buffoon believes that water is not a nutrient. He actually taught that diet and exercise doesn't prevent cancer. You know what I mean? And dumb things like that and whatnot. So I have no respect for Dragnut. But as a human being, you know, I hope that he is able to provide for his family and to be able to protect them and everything and whatnot. Because as a Christian, I actually do care about my fellow man. And Dragnut is a hypocrite and a liar. He doesn't care about nobody but Dragnut. He only does things so that he can boast and brag about it on his Patreons and his Discords on his YouTube channel. Enough to tell him the truth about himself, that he's a conniving liar who only cares about himself. Hey, Dragnut, if I'm wrong, you know, over there on 34th Street in Manhattan, right? You know we can meet there again. And then I would like for you to bring all of this big talk you're doing and say it to my face. My camera will be on, and I will do a live show when this is going on. And I will make a fool out of you. And then when I'm done with you, maybe I will find people. You guys just don't know. It angers me to know that I got played and used to fix a house just so that somebody else can live in here and they don't plan on paying me. That's what I'm really mad about at the end of the day. That's the society that we live. You know what I mean? But again, I'm going to go to the city and I'm going to see what I can do there. You guys can't talk to me about slavery no more because I see a whole community out there supporting it. Think about this a minute. Work, no pay, atheists are laughing about it. You should be outraged. Somebody doing like that. You should be, as much as you guys talk about slavery, you guys should be outraged. But Shanny for Christ, I forgive you. Because unlike your soon to be thrown into the lake of fire behind, I'm actually going to have eternal life. And while I'm suffering now, I'm going to be all right later. I forgive you, Shanny. I love you in the Lord, but you are going to the lake of fire if you don't seriously examine yourself to see if you be in the faith. Because Christians don't do what you're doing. Quick shout out to she don't believe in grace. She don't believe in any of those things. Shanny for Christ believes in Shanny. Challenge to Shanny for Christ. And then do a Bible study on that, how you're behaving right now. I want you to go do that. Because if you don't do it, when I come back, I'm not even going to mention your name, and I'm making you look like an idiot when I do my Bible study. Jesus said that when you give your arms, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. But yeah, you want to go out there and yell on the rooftops what you're doing. You ain't no Christian. That's something that Satan would do. Think about this. Dragnet, a black man living in the United States of America, the biggest sellout I've ever seen in my life, decides to laugh at somebody who doesn't have any heat. Think about this a minute. All you people out there that believe that morality is subjective. I can't say the things I want to say because of my battery. But I want you guys to think about this a minute. You got a YouTuber laughing at somebody not having no heat and not having no electricity. Laughing at them. Think about that a minute. And you guys can call me, prove me wrong. Tell me how I'm being nasty and egotistical when your community is laughing at somebody who doesn't have heat or electricity. Think about that. He's calling me a bum. I might get into a room and somebody was about morality. I'm not crying about not having no heat. You guys came in all late and whatnot. You got those of you who are coming in here saying they're not crying, I ain't got no heat, you're crazy. I'm saying that Dragnut, your leader out there, is laughing at me for not having none. How does that make you moral? I'm just curious. Like, I really should call the Atheist Experience on Sunday and ask Matt Dillahunty, do you believe that a person is moral if they're laughing at somebody for not having heat? As a matter of fact, I will call the Atheist Experience. If I don't, I'll get somebody else to do it. Because I'm curious of what he's going to say. Christians don't laugh at nobody who don't got anything. We break our backsides to try to help people. But again, Dragnet doesn't like that. Dragnet wants us to be evil like he is. No, I didn't put myself in that position. Shanny for Christ lied to me, told me she was giving me this house, and decided to cut the electricity off. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Money to pay for the bill. Last video, I'm not making no more. I need to get warm and go to bed. If you guys don't hear from me for a few days, you know what I'm doing. Trying to get out of here. For those of you who don't know Christ is your Savior, repent of your sins and come to Christ while you still got time. Because if you don't, your eternity will be a hot one for all of eternity, and you will deserve what you get. You will get what you deserve. If you don't get it in this life, you're going to get it in the next one. And consider the story of the rich man and Lazarus. The rich man was living it up while he was on earth, while Lazarus was doing so bad that the dogs had to lick his sores. Who was the one that ended up in heaven, who ended up in hell? It was the rich man that ended up in hell, and Lazarus was the one who ended up in heaven. And the rich man couldn't even get a glass of cold water. Does Dragnet Silvis deserve the lake of fire? Yes, he does. Because Dragnet Silvis is laughing at people who are suffering. That's not a moral person. Remember when Gus needed a fundraiser? I did a fundraiser for Gus. Okay? When all these other people needed a fundraiser, notice Dragnet hasn't done it yet. Because Dragnet is evil. Dragnet of his father, Satan, of his works, Shanny for Christ is working for Satan, and so is Dragnet. To be a Christian. I believe that she's a Luciferian who initiated into all of this and whatnot. and pretended to be a Christian so she could take down as many Christians as she can with a false teaching. And if I can expose the Hebrew Israelites, don't think I won't hesitate to get on her. All right. Let me see something here. You guys have a good night. I'm going to try to get some sleep. And for the saints that are watching this, can you guys please pray for me that I don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning here? Because I got some lanterns on in here and whatnot, and I need to do something or whatever. So, let's see something here. You guys have my permission to put these YouTube videos on your YouTube channel regarding this one and the other ones I did, because these will be coming down in the future. So again, you guys should put these on your YouTube channel. I don't have a problem with it because I didn't really say nothing in here that's unbiblical or anything like that and whatnot. At the end of the day, Drachma's an atheist. He believes that when he dies, that's going to be it, and that's it. But he's in for a rude awakening when he dies. And Shani for Christ, she used to be a Satanist, and she was an atheist, and she claimed she was a Christian. She never really left atheism. That woman don't believe in Christ, because if she did, she couldn't do the things that she's doing right now. She couldn't. Everybody out after that. The Bible says, by their fruit you will know that. You don't see me doing that kind of stuff on here. And that's why they hate me. They hate me because I'm trying to represent my Lord and my Savior, Jesus Christ. These people claim they're for freedom of speech, but then when I use my freedom of speech, they want to take it away from me. So, if you've never been conned before or scammed before, unless you want to be conned or scammed, I don't have one witness. I got two witnesses. Tell you the truth, technically, if you count Susan, you count the police officer across the street, the county clerk, and everybody else that was asking me who I was and where I'm coming from, and the ladies down the street who actually knew my name and knew I was coming down here. You got a lot of people that's going to be testifying against you, Shani. You keep walking around here believing that you got all scot-free because you haven't. Once I get money to get a lawyer, you know, either you or the new owner of this house, Drachma. And by the way, Drachma, congratulations, man. This is a nice house. It's got a spirit of suicide in here and a spirit of depression in here. But I'm sure the two of you will get along great, considering you're being an atheist and all. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not talking about all atheists. I'm just talking about Drachma himself, because I know he suffers from depression. I know he suffers from suicidal thoughts. I know he suffers from all these things and loneliness and all this other stuff and whatnot, because he doesn't have Christ. He doesn't have God in his life. He's a miserable person, just like Shani. For a person that's got the whole world, she certainly isn't happy, is she? She'll make a YouTube video pretending to be happy later. But we all know that woman's miserable. Absolutely miserable. Until next time, guys. Please remember, if you are marked by God, then you are not marked by the beast. And you never will be.